The unique thing about Bitcoin, which is what most people don't understand because we've never had anything like this, is that it's the same asset everywhere in the world. Whether you are investing in New York, LA, London, Dubai, Singapore, Hong Kong, wherever you are wanting to buy this asset, it's the exact same asset. The closest thing that you can get to that is the stock market, because you're going to buy American. Actually, that's not even true. There is nothing that comes close to this, because even if you're buying American stocks from one side of the world, you're still buying American stocks, right? Whereas with this, it's an asset that can be custodied in the jurisdiction that wants to issue these products, and it's the same asset everywhere in the world, right? That's why this 21 million supply part of it is about to start kicking in. So not only do you have the ETF demand in the US, you now have all of these ETFs around the world, the European ones, the Swiss ones, the Canadian ones, the Hong Kong ones, the British ones, the South Korean ones, the Middle Eastern ones, the Brazilian ones, the whatever, all adding up to equal the same amount of demand as the US ETFs, and you're looking at blowing out, $1 billion a day worth of demand that's going on. Now, again, the UK is based on a very aristocratic system, so what have they done? They've basically said that only people who are quote-unquote sophisticated investors will be able to buy these ETFs on launch. Now, they will change that at some point once the big boys have got all their money into it, right? That's going to be completely normal, but that is the issue with financial markets currently. And the beautiful thing about Bitcoin is if you want to get Bitcoin exposure as a UK citizen, you can still do that, right? But they're trying to limit it so that only people with a certain amount of net worth can get access to it. And of course, that's basic rent seeking. That's basic trying to control the financial markets. That's basic making sure that the wealthiest in the country get access to the asset first, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Same old bullshit, right? But the advantage is that over time, Bitcoin will turn around and democratize a lot of this. But right now, they're launching it, and that's an absolutely fantastic thing. I was getting very disappointed in my country for not having a product like this available for citizens, right? And now you can do it. May 28th, you can do it. But this is absolutely huge news, and I think, here's my estimation, I think we are rolling towards whatever the American ETFs do, all of these other international ETFs combined, adding up to that. That's what I think we're aiming for here. And again, you don't need too much capital. Remember, an extra $50 million a day adds about $80,000 to the Bitcoin equilibrium price, and that's absolutely huge. So this is exciting news. If you're in the United Kingdom, this is really good news for you. If your assets are structured in entities that are United Kingdom entities, this is again really good news for you. May 28th, they'll start trading on the London Stock Exchange. And again, we've got the halving coming up in a month. And in addition to that, you've got the Hong Kong one opening up in April, I believe. So a lot of demand vectors coming into this, and this is exciting news. Keep an eye on what's going on here and subscribe to the channel, because this information is very, very important. As you've seen with the price action today, we've got Bitcoin shooting through the roof after the correction last week. I had friends telling me, oh, it's going to be a bad week, it's going to be a bad week. I said, all right, let's see about that. And again, of course, we've got a rocket ship happening here. And by the way, right now, today, the GBTC selling hasn't even finished yet, right? So if we've got all this demand coming in today, the GBTC demand hasn't even finished selling yet, GBTC selling hasn't finished yet, I cannot begin to comprehend what is going to happen once the GBTC the GBTC selling stops. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. You better strap in at this point. If you are in these other countries, right now the best opportunity that you have is self-custody Bitcoin. Unfortunately, they're locking out all these retirement accounts and things like that for the average person, but it just is what it is, unfortunately. Hopefully one day that will come to change. But again, UK is now going to offer Bitcoin ETFs, London Stock Exchange, May 28th. Next month in April, we've got the Hong Kong ETFs bringing in that Chinese money. And I think overall, we're about to double the daily demand from the US ETFs with all these other international ETFs. So it's exciting times here. Stay focused, subscribe to the channel, and ultimately, despite all of these other ETFs, there's always only 3 rules to Bitcoin. Step number 1, you buy Bitcoin. Step number 2, shut the fuck up. And step number 3, you get fabulously wealthy.